everyone, how are you doing today?
In this video, you will get to see how each of the shadows from the ABH Prism palettes apply on the lids. I left this part out of the review because I wanted to avoid making that video too long. I hope you enjoy.
Just like my previous videos, I'm not going to use any eye primer because that makes it difficult to take the shadows off. And when I'm applying 14 shadows one after the other on my lids, it gets kind of painful and I don't want to experience that. And I will be doing one lid with each of the shades, and I will go from the lightest shades to the darkest shades so that there's kind of no interference. I'm using this dual-ended Eco Tools brush, and I'll be applying the shadows with the smudger end and then blending out the edges for mattes using the fluffy side. Ooh, Lucid, I think I kind of went too hard into the pan. I shouldn't have. And ooh, need not have rather, because I think it would have applied just okay. Brush off the fallout. That wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have kind of practically dug into the shade. And then Unity. This shade is very, very close to my skin tone. Initially, I was worried that I won't have a setting shade because this one looked kind of lighter in the pan, but once it is applied on my lids, you almost cannot see it. So, Lucid and Unity. Eden. I love this shadow. This is so pretty. And Sphere. I'm very happy that this like pastel fluorescent yellow shade actually shows up as that on my lids. Eden. And Sphere. For the mattes, I think I'm gonna stick with the fluffy side, and if I need to kind of layer it on, I will go to the smudger side. Lure. Again, a very pretty shade. And Saturn, another pretty shade. No patchiness. Lure. And Saturn. I'm not noticing any patchiness. Love that. Dimension. The sparkle in the shade shows up very nicely on the lid even when you apply it with your brush. You can intensify it more if you apply it with the finger, but it still applies very nicely with brush. Pyramid. Pyramid is like this true gold, you can say. You can build it up, but I think it'll look better layered onto a different shadow as well. I was worried if I'm gonna get glitter fallout with those, but I don't seem to have any. So Dimension. And Pyramid. Of course, you are going to get some fallout and transfer when you're trying to take the shadows off. But yeah, I don't know why I'm digging into the pans. Anyways, I'm gonna take that excess off. This is Eternal. This is the second duochrome, and this is, I think, this year's sort of trending shade. It's present in the Natasha Denona Lila palette. It's in the new Marc Jacobs palette. Sphinx seems to be a little bit difficult to, pick up on the brush, and it's doing that weird freezing business when I need to reverse dig to pick it up, but I guess it has picked up on the brush. Somehow on my lids, they look very, very similar. This is slightly darker, and this has like a slight orangey pink glitter in it, but I don't know how different they'll look in looks. But anyhow, Eternal. And this is Sphinx. Throne. This is the shadow that sold me the palette, and it's totally living up to my expectations. And Osiris, this was the second shadow that I was looking forward to, but given my recent experience with blues, I hadn't raised my expectations too high, and somehow the pink glitter from the shadow is not transferring onto the lids as well as the glitter from Dimension did. I guess it's possible to build it up. I'm glad my experience is not as bad as Raw Beauty Christie's. I was so afraid. I wonder if there are different quality batches in this palette as well, or if this palette just works better on darker skin tones. That could be it too. This is Throne. And this is Osiris. And the final two matte shades. Parallel. Every time I say parallel, I have the urge to say Pyari Lal. It's a name in India. And it's like an old-fashioned, funny name in movies where, you know, they used to kind of make fun of that name. Flawless. I love the shadow. Parallel. Nicely pigmented and beautiful. Let me build it up a little bit further. If you have seen my review for Lorac Pro palette, you will know why I didn't have very high expectations from Osiris, the blue shade. Blending out the edges. And if I use the smudger side, I guess I can kind of make it completely opaque. And now Obsidian. I don't know what to think of this shade. Ooh, I have a lot of fallout from the black shadow, and it's not even applying that well. What have you guys done differently with this one? It's patchy. Yeah, I can see that the brown one is even. As I blend out, the edges become nice and smooth. The black edges are nice, but there's like this line here. I'm gonna try and cover it up completely. I don't know why it's just going everywhere else but where I want it to go. So I guess Obsidian is the shade that I don't like from this palette. When I'm spending $42, I'm hoping the whole palette is great, but it's fine. So we have Parallel, and we have Obsidian.
There you go. Here is the entire palette swatched. If you like this kind of videos and if I should make more of these in future, do let me know so in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. Bye.